Once upon a time, in a lively village surrounded by green hills, there lived a nice old farmer named John. He wasn't rich with money, but he was always happy. He spent his days working on his farm and taking care of his animals. One of his best friends was a scruffy little dog named Patch. Patch wasn't a fancy dog. He looked like he had a mix of different breeds, with floppy ears, fur that was brown and white in patches, like a quilt, and a tail that wagged all the time. He might not have looked special, but Patch was the most loyal friend John could ask for. He followed John everywhere, like a furry shadow. John loved Patch very much. They weren't just a farmer and his dog, they were like family. Patch helped John gather his sheep, chased away naughty rabbits from the vegetable garden, and even kept John's feet warm on cold nights. One bright autumn morning, John decided to go to the market in the next town. He planned to sell his delicious apples and juicy pears. Patch, of course, happily trotted next to him, his tongue hanging out in a big smile. The market was full of life and noise. Colorful stalls overflowed with fresh food, and happy chatter filled the air. John, a familiar face, was greeted warmly by other farmers and people from the town. He found a nice spot under a big oak tree and put his apples and pears in a neat pile, making them look very tempting. Patch, always watchful, sat by John's feet. His sharp eyes scanned the crowd, making sure everything was okay. Suddenly, a loud noise came from the other side of the market. A young boy, no older than 8, was running as fast as he could, tears streaming down his face. "Help! Help!" the boy cried out. "Someone stole my puppy." John's heart sank. He knew the boy, little Tom, and his adorable beagle puppy, Pip. They were always together, like best friends. "Don't worry, Tom," John said calmly, even though he was feeling worried too. "We'll find Pip." He looked at Patch, who was sitting with his head tilted, listening carefully. John pointed towards where Tom had come from. "Patch, find Pip." Patch didn't need to be told twice. He barked once and then took off, following a faint smell only he could smell. John and Tom watched him go, hoping he would find Pip. Patch weaved through the crowded market, his nose close to the ground. He followed the smell, a mix of fear and puppy fur, down streets and through small alleys. He couldn't lose track. The smell led him to the edge of town, where a broken-down barn stood all alone, looking dark and sad. Patch approached slowly, his fur bristling a little. Inside the barn, he heard scared whimpering. Patch pushed open the creaky door, surprising a skinny man with a sneaky smile who was putting Pip in a rough bag. The man jumped and shouted, dropping the bag. Patch growled loudly, showing his teeth to protect his new little friend. The man realized he couldn't win and ran away quickly. Patch barked happily, knowing he had saved Pip. He nudged the bag open with his nose, and out popped Pip. The little beagle was so excited to be free that he yipped and licked Patch all over his face in thanks. Patch, his job done, led Pip back towards the market. John and Tom, who had followed him carefully, saw them coming a little way off. Tears of joy filled Tom's eyes as he ran towards his beloved puppy. "Pip," he cried, scooping Pip up in his arms. Pip, his tail wagging like crazy, licked Tom's face with all his might. John knelt down and scratched Patch behind the ears. "Good boy, Patch. You're a hero." Everyone in the market started cheering loudly. News of Patch's bravery spread quickly around the town. People couldn't believe that a scruffy dog had saved the day with his good nose and loyalty. From that day on, Patch wasn't just John's faithful friend. He was the hero of the village. Everyone knew him and respected him for his bravery and loyalty. He still helped John with the farm, but he also held a special place in everyone's heart. Patch, of course, didn't know he was a hero. He was just happy to be with John and his new friend Pip. As long as they were together, Patch was content. And so, John, Patch, and Pip lived happily ever after, their story a reminder of the amazing friendship between a man, his dog, and the incredible power of loyalty.